We use the blockchain in the E-Livestock case for verification of the health records. There's a need for more tech in animal health and actually in agriculture writ large, so we use blockchain for that, and it's done for verification.
Chris, we've had an amazing panel here together at the London Blockchain Conference talking all about supply chain and how blockchain is going to superpower supply chains forward. And you are a great example, or I should say E-Livestock is a great example of how this can be done. A wonderful use case. So let's start off by having you explain to our audience, what is E-Livestock and what problem are you solving with it?
We're a social enterprise. We started in 2019. There was a humanitarian issue in Zimbabwe where 50 to 100,000 cows had died due to a disease outbreak. So we said, let's try to figure out a better way of doing that. So that's how E-Livestock came about.
Very good. I know you grew up there, so you saw this firsthand, what was going on. And I think the idea of blockchain and supply chain is one of these match made in heaven scenarios. So can you give us the high-level explanation as to why that's the case?
We think blockchain is really a killer use case for supply chain, so that's really a big part of it. And we think that getting the total traceability from farm to fork, from gate to plate, as they say in the US, consumers want to know more and more the story of their food, and blockchain is a great way to tell that story.
So talk to me about some of the technologies out there like smart contracts, IoT, all this kind of good stuff. How are you using that at E-Livestock?
Well, it's funny. We did not have a solution that met the market, so we basically designed our own tag. Most cows have tags, and they need to be yellow. We started with a pink one, but pink's not the right color. We put a QR code in there. We gave every cow an identity. Once you have that established, we then tie that to blockchain, and it tracks the record.
I think before, when you were involved with supply chain, you wouldn't even know what the customer thought in the end. Really,
Right.
The supplier would never even know. It would only be the seller. So how is this changing? How is this dynamic changing?
Well, I think producers want better margins. Factory farming is getting a little out of vogue, and the farmer can get more money and the consumer can get more information. And even the wholesaler and the retailer, they want more information, because if there is an issue in the supply chain, fixing that, the more they can narrow it down, which blockchain is great for, it's actually more environmentally friendly.
Yeah. What about digital passports? This was a hot topic on our panel. I know that was mentioned a bunch of times. What's that all about?
Digital passports is sort of our next generation solution, and we're working with actually another end-chain partner on that. Basically, where we see the opportunity is there's all these compliance rules, and the passports help us to meet it. As I said on the panel for E-Livestock, Africa's target market is Europe, and the digital passport is a perfect way to meet all these requirements.
Very good. And I know that we want to encourage companies and any business really to get involved with supply chain and blockchain, but that might be a daunting ask. How do you do this? What advice do you have for any sort of business enterprise, anyone out there that's looking to get on the chain?
Well, I think don't get too caught up in the blockchain, because to me, blockchain is it being a ledger. It's a little bit like an operating system. So you can do great things with your computer, but you're probably not thinking about it running on Microsoft or Apple or whatever system you're using. So you just think of blockchain as a tool to get you where we need to go, as opposed to having to operate and take care of it.
Great. Thank you so much. It was such a pleasure having you with me on the stage, and enjoy the rest of your time at the conference.
Thank you, Rebecca.